Hey traders, what's going on? Todd here of tradinganalysis.com and Inside Edge. Listen, I want to do a quick options trade and a stock trade we just put on for the stock desk at Trading Analysis before the close. We have 4 minutes to go. I'll show you the technical setup and then we'll talk about the reason for it. It's a holding in our growth portfolio at Inside Edge. And we're going to put the trade on in our more active alpha-seeking portfolio called Active Ops. So it's HIMS. It's the telehealth online healthcare matching site that puts healthcare professionals, licensed professionals, in touch with end users. So let's go into it, and then I'll talk about we'll do the execution, technicals, and then the fundamentals, and after the bell. So here we go. 1080 screen. Okay. So here's HIMS. It's up 6% today. I actually wrote an article about it on CNBC yesterday. That's me right there on CNBC Pro. If you're a member there, you can check that out, but that's fine. Really nice long-term look at HIMS. And I'll get into a little bit more of the closer details, but big picture breakout here. Testing in wave 3, we've got the 100% projection at 2557, which basically it's the same percent distance rally in 1 compared to 3, and in a good third wave we should be able to reach up to the 1618, which is significantly higher than that. So we'll come back to that in a second. Let me just show you the short term. That was the weekly I showed you. Here's the daily, and even on a smaller time frame, over September, October, November, we're thinking that's 1 pullback in 2. We just put this trade on in the Active Ops desk. We bought the stock here, stops at 29.50, and we have some clients and customers who are options traders as well. So I was going to put the option trade on. The implied vol is actually quite high in HIMS. Let me see if I can pull that up quick. I actually didn't plan on doing that, but let's see if I can do it. Charts, HIMS, yeah. So right here in blue is the implied vol, which is actually quite high. The APTR, which is basically realized vol, is also high. Implied vol is high. So I think it's better to go ahead and do a butterfly, which is a little bit less long vega, which is not a great idea. Long volatility. You don't want to buy calls, or not so much call spreads when implied vol is so high. So we're trying to get up to this 100% move. We're right around the 43 mark. So what I have marked out is a 35, 40, 45 call fly to try to get up into this trend channel and the 100% projection. So let me just see if I can execute that quickly for you. Trade. Okay. I think I have it queued up. There it is right here. Okay. So yeah, we have 35, 40. Oh, actually, no, there's no 45. So it's actually a broken wing butterfly. So it's going to look like that. So with a 1 by 2 by 1, we have $100 of max risk. Max potential profit would be about 400. And if it rips on the top side, you make 100. So I have 100 at risk. I'll throw a 10 lot on and see if I can get filled with 30 seconds to go. This is going to be tight. 103. I'll put a 105 in there. Confirm and send. Filled at 105 right at the bell. Okay. So basically, and I also have the stock on as well. This company, as I wrote in the, let me go over here. This company is interesting in that, now that we got the trade off, this company is interesting. So they're known as this sort of online matching of licensed healthcare professionals with the end users. They've made a lot of headlines since they IPO'd a couple years ago. With their GLP-1, which is the weight loss drug, which is competing against Eli Lilly and Novo Nordisk, right? Well, the FDA has classified the 2 main GLP-1s from the 2 big brother competitors as in shortage. So with FDA ruling when something's in shortage, a compounding company, and I'm not a doctor and I don't play one on TV, a compounding company can come out and come up with a drug that's available over the counter with the active ingredient in there. And that's what Hims is doing, is putting an over-the-counter subscription-based GLP-1 out there. Well, Lilly's, and I'm about 80% sure this is accurate, and I've searched the net, and the FDA is kind of hard to piece through. Eli Lilly's GLP-1 is no longer in shortage, and it's available, right? But Novo Nordisk's Wegovy and Ozempic is still classified in shortage, so Hims can still offer their GLP-1 over the counter without a subscription. There's a very good chance that Novo Nordisk's GLP-1 is going to come off the shortage list, and you'd think that's going to hurt Hims. As I got into this, prepping to write that article for CNBC, it's the GLP-1 is only about 7 and 10% of their revenue, right? So they have a lot of other revenue streams, and let's just take a look at the site real quick. I mean, they do all kinds of stuff here. So let me go back over to that. So where do we go right here? Skip those awkward doctor's visits. I mean, they do everything. Hair loss, regrow hair, lose weight, anxiety, better sex, longer sex, smooth skin. What more could you want in a company? So, you know, there's a lot going on here with this company. And again, the membership subscription for like $100 a month for their GLP-1 is only about 7 and 10% of the revenue. Yeah, that's fine. We'll come back to that later, right? So hold on, let me go back over the chart and show you this. So it's not significant. If they were to kind of fall behind a little bit with the GLP-1s. The other thing that I find interesting is Amazon's moving into the sort of telehealth, health online sort of business. Amazon's breaking new highs. So you have two things working against Hims, and the stock is doing great. Like here's Amazon breaking highs, right? So when you have, you know, some apparent fundamental headwinds and the stock is acting as well as it is, that tells you that there's pretty good growth behind this name, okay? And if we look at where we are with the fundamentals, we just came out with earnings on November 4th. They put up 6 cents a share, which, you know, you can see in prior quarters losing money, 9 cents, loss of 9, loss of 5, loss of 5, loss of 3, loss of 4. Scratched out a profit in Q4 23, 5 cents in Q1 this year, 6 cents, and then 6 cents. They actually did, if you see some other numbers that were like 18 and 25 cents earnings, they had a one-time tax refund that was equivalent of like 25 cents a share. But, you know, I think this is GAAP earnings, I think, of 6 cents. And if you look down at the annual earnings, you know, the company was losing 23 cents, 42 cents, 32 cents, 11 cents. And this year they're going to swing into profitability 80 cents. And then next year they're looking to go to 89 cents, $1.15, $1.28. And you can see the percent gains are massive here. So, you know, the company's quite impressive. And again, if we just go back over to the fundamentals, you know, and even before we do that, you know, look at let's go to the quarterly. Like, reported growth is 250% in the prior quarter. 2 quarters ago, it was a 300% growth. 3 quarters ago, it was 200%, right? So they are going from losing money to making money, and that's being reflected in the annual EPS down here. You can also see, I mean, look at the top line growth. 93%, 65%, 67, 37, 16. I mean, they're going to slow down 2 years from now, but that's a long ways from now. So if we just go back over to the chart, longer term, as I showed on CNBC yesterday, you know, I think we're possibly in a larger wave 3 of a higher degree wave 5. So, you know, you could go up and tag the upper end of this channel around 42. Ultimately, I'm thinking into in the next 6 to 12 months, you might have room into the 50s or 60s here in HIMS. I hold a 1% allocation in our growth portfolio. Stop. I got to turn the Amazon Ring off. I hold a 1% allocation in a growth portfolio. I was up to 2, and the stock is so volatile. I did cut it back a little bit on this pretty big drop here. Actually, no, it was back here in September, August right here. But now that we're starting to come back, breaking to new highs, as I said, with that fundamental headwinds, that tells you from a relative strength point of view, fundamental point of view, that there could be more to go in this company. So on our next rebalance in the wealth management, I plan on putting that other 1% back on. We hold it now in the short-term active ops portfolio, and we have an options position on as well. All right, guys, hope that helps. Little HIMS for you. Everything you want, everything a guy and I guess a girl may want without the awkwardness of going to the doctor. All right, we're going to leave it there. Hope that helps. And I'm going to be doing more of these individual video updates of all the stocks that we hold in our portfolios. And, there's so many opportunities to be had below the index and sector level. There's so many names in this market. Once you know how to look at the technicals and fundamentals to find these opportunities, there's so much stuff moving in here. And man, even the indexes are acting really strong. Tech breakout in here with 3-4 weeks to go in the year. So, all right, we'll leave it there. Have a good one. Talk to you guys soon. Hi, it's Todd from tradinganalysis.com. Thanks so much for watching. Listen, my team and I have so much to share with you in terms of our technical analysis, our fundamental analysis, portfolio management tactics, trading in and out, maybe options, sector rotation. Let us know what's most interesting to you. Maybe drop that in the comments section and we'll do our best to work it in. Also, consider clicking the subscribe button and the bell icon to be notified when we put out new videos. And finally, you can check us out at tradinganalysis.com if you'd like to see us manage our real portfolios in real time. Thanks again for watching.